I guess I should start off by giving you guys an explanation of why I have been so MIA. But as you guys are currently seeing, there are so many videos from um, a playlist that I have called IVF Cycle number one that is currently coming out. And it was just a lot for me. And sadly, that was not successful. Um, so I did have to take a step back. It has been a month since the last recording of that, and I feel like I owe you guys an explanation as of why I have been so MIA. But also, I want to go ahead and reintroduce myself because I do see that I do have um so many new subscribers, and I am so thankful for every single one of you. Um, I did a excuse me. I did a poll about maybe a week or 2 weeks ago um, in my Instagram stories, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer a few of the questions. I got way too many, and I don't think I will be answering all of them because it was overwhelming and to say the least, and I don't want to like bother or make it a video that is way too long and it won't be. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rambling right now. So I'm gonna go. I have my phone here. I took screenshots of all the questions. Um, I received over 50 questions. I'm not gonna answer that many, because again, I don't want to make this video extremely long. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer probably about 15 or 20, and maybe some other time I'll do another poll and be like, hey, just ask away, and I'll do probably a longer one. So um, let me go ahead and find them, and we'll get started. Okay. Um, and so the first question, or one of the questions that I got says, how are the savings challenge going? Now, you guys know that I am doing a $20,000 savings challenge. And as of right now, I have saved $2,465, I believe, um, which was the last October payment that I received through my job. I am waiting to do an update, but that will be probably sometime mid November because I only want to do like one update a month, so that is not like so clumped up. Because why am I gonna have like so many um updates when in reality I can do once a month or one update every month and a half. I do have 30 months. So the challenge started on September 2025, and the challenge should be over by February of 2028. I believe that makes 30 months. So that gives me the whole 30 months, and it's $310 per paycheck or $620 per month. So my sister back in Florida, she's also doing it, but I haven't caught up to her. Again, I have been a little bit MIA. So once I have that update, I will give you guys the next one. Um, Somebody asked if I have any vacation plans for. Okay, no, never mind. I'm sorry. Somebody asked if I have any holiday plans. Holiday plans for the year 2025, I really don't have any. As a matter of fact, my mother is coming for Thanksgiving. I have not seen my mom in 5 months. Um, Again, we live in North Carolina. She lives in Florida, and it just is really complicated. My kids are in school. My husband is working. I'm working. So it's a lot for us to be able to travel back and forth every month. So I haven't seen her in 6 months, 5 months. By the time that she gets here, it will be 6 months. So it's okay. And then for Christmas, my mother-in-law is coming into town. Again, we're not traveling to Florida. because it's a lot of money. It's really expensive for us to travel there. So my mother-in-law will be coming into town to spend a few days with us. So those are my holiday plans. I'm not traveling anywhere. Um, then somebody asks, how's the stock market going? Honestly speaking, I am crashing out because um, as of right now, I have put a little bit over $1,000 in the stock market. And if you guys have seen all the things that have been going on with the stock market, you know that the stock market has been crashing since October 11. So basically, 2 days after I decided to go ahead and move basically um, like $600, $700 into the stock market. Um, so I have been crashing out because the stock market has been crashing out. As of right now, I believe I have a lost profit of about like $400, but don't quote me on that. So we'll hopefully, once the government opens and everything economy wise starts getting better, my stocks will be getting better. But as of right now, the next stocks that I will be investing in is those are ETFs. So those are long-term investments, not short-term. So that's where we're going with that. I'm sorry that I have to keep going back to my phone, but um, again, I have all the questions on my phone, so I need to look into it and see what's um, you know. Let me see. Um, Somebody asked if I have read any good books lately. Um, I have and I have not at the same time. Um, I was reading a series of books that it's called. Give me one second, and I will give you guys the name right now. Uh, it the it's a book series that has about like 8 or 9 books, I believe. Uh, but don't quote me on that because I really do not know exactly how many books the series has. The author has like a ton. So the book series is called The Asylum Confessions by Jack Steen. It is extremely good. It is about this nurse that works in an asylum where they house basically serial killers, and right before they pass away, they decide that they want to go ahead and make their last confessions. And give me one second. I'm sorry. Basically, it's just a book where he uh, writes down or he publishes the stories of every single one of the serial killers that he has spoken with, or not necessarily serial killers. Sometimes it's just, again, one second, I'm back again. I'm sorry, my dogs, it's early in the morning for them. And it's extremely cold outside. It's like 40 degrees. So, but yeah, I would recommend reading that book series. I started book number 1, and I believe right now I'm on like book number 5, because it's extremely catchy. So yes, um, definitely suggest reading that. Um, so let me see. Um, Somebody asked me if I am still doing um, photography on the side as my business, and the answer is yes. Now I have all of my bookings closed due to, again, personal reasons, but I will be opening them for the 2026 year. So I should expect that um, sometime soon. So if you are in the North Carolina area and you want me to take your photos, go ahead and book me. Daisy, stop. Um, Somebody asked me, how did the cooking challenge go? It was tough. Those 21 days seem like a million years. I was not expecting it to take that long, but I got it done, and that's what matters. Um, would I be doing another cooking challenge for that long? I don't think so, because it was a lot. And I'm a busy person. I don't have time to be sitting in front of the camera, or not sitting, but standing in front of the camera 24/7 and filming myself every time that I go in the kitchen and cook something. So I don't think I'll be doing another cooking challenge, or at least not for that long of a period. Um, so another person asked me, why don't I show my kids anymore? And while this is not entirely true, you do have to understand that my kids are starting to grow up. My oldest daughter is 17, my middle child is about to be 12, and my youngest child just turned 8. And they are growing up. They are just not really into the spotlight, I would say. They want to have a little bit more of a private life. Um, some of my kids, their friends do are subscribed to our channel, so they do see a lot of things, and sometimes they make comments. And kids are kids, and my kids sometimes they just don't like those kind of comments, so they rather not be um, in the you know in front of the camera all the time. They'll be here and there, but not 24/7. um which is also that I something that I have started to do as well. I do want to record my everyday life. However, sometimes I don't have time because it's a lot to do. But I'm trying to get better. So yeah. See, somebody asked me if I plan on moving again because I was at a friend's house and we made a comment, and I guess that friend relay that information to somebody else. So they decide to ask if I am moving. No, I'm not moving. Would I love to move? Probably, but I'm not moving, at least not for right now. We are very happy and very content where we live. We do love our little small town. Um, so no, we're not moving again, at least not for now. Um, Somebody asked, which I guess is the same person. Let me see. Yes. I guess yeah, the same person asked if it was true that I'm moving to Alaska. No, I'm not moving to Alaska. Like I said, I brought it up in a conversation with a friend of mine, and I said it would be nice to move to Alaska for a change, just to live out in the wild and maybe even go off the grid, just to see what it felt like. Because sometimes living in the city, or live in a suburban area, sometimes it can be overwhelming. But no, I'm not moving to Alaska. Number one, I wouldn't do that to my kids because they're basically teenagers and they're starting to grow up and they need their friends. And I wouldn't do that to myself because I love the cold, but not that much. So no, I'm not moving to Alaska. Um, let's see. My good friend Tony asked me if I had coffee today. Um, yes. However, funny story. After completing the IVF cycle, for some odd reason, I have not been able to complete a full cup of coffee. And I'm talking about not a 8 ounce or 10 ounce. I'm talking about a small 6 ounce cup of coffee. I have not been able to finish it in about a month. So I'm struggling, but I'm hanging in there. Um, Somebody said, this is not a question, but I just want to say it will all be okay. Um, just have faith. And thank you. Um, I have been going through a lot, and it's just very hard, but sometimes you just got to keep faith. So thank you to that person. And then I have two conflicting questions because somebody else asked, "Why are you so skinny?" And then a completely different person said, "Not to be rude, but have you gained any weight?" Um, to reply to the first person that asked me if I am so, why am I so skinny? As somebody who has lost 175 pounds, mind you, I used to weigh approximately 290 to 295 pounds, and my current weight is 125 pounds. There was a time where I reached 117 pounds, and I wish I could go back to those 117. But as of right now, I am 125 pounds, and I am extremely happy being 125 pounds, somewhat. And to which I don't consider myself being extremely skinny, but I wear either a size extra small or small. So, I mean, I could go even down to lower than that and wear a kid size, but we're not going to go there. And to the person that asked, um, that said, not to be rude, but if I had gained any weight, yes, the answer is yes. So, while I was doing my IVF cycle, I gained about 15 pounds. So, I was about 142 pounds. Um, at some time during the IVF cycle. Luckily, it was all water weight due to inflammation from all the medications, all the stimulants, and like all the vitamins and everything that I had to be put on. But it has been about a month that I have been off all of those meds, and my body has gotten back to normal. All that weight water has been slowly coming off, and I am happy to report that that weight is gone. So no, it was not a permanent weight gain. It was just a temporary uh, weight. But that was a weird question to ask. And again, I understand that you were not being rude, but really? Uh, but yeah, no, I have not gained weight. It was just water weight. Somebody asked, what are your next year goals? So next year, my next year goals are simple. I am still on the road to saving $20,000. So that will be mainly one of my main focus for next year. And then secondly, we are starting to prep because we are taking a family cruise during the summer. We are going to be with all of our family after 2 years that we have not been together. So, um, if anybody is wanting to join in, we will be on the carnival celebration during July of 2026. So, um, uh, another person asked me, how am I feeling after 6 months have passed since I lost my boys? Valid question, and it's tough. But we have gotten to manage. Um, sorry. Um, Essentially, I have gotten to learn how to grieve in silence and just process every day one at a time. Let me see. Somebody asked me um, if I have any, or if I have listened to any good podcast lately. I'm not the podcast person. I barely even watch TV. So I wouldn't be able to give you a good podcast recommendation. I'm so sorry about that. Um, and um, Another person um, asked me, who is your dream brand collab? And honestly speaking, um, there are so many out there, but I believe um, one of them is Celsius. I love Celsius. I'm gonna give out two. So Celsius will be number one. I love Celsius because everybody that knows me knows that everywhere that I go, I will have a Celsius in my hand. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It could be 5 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night. I will have a Celsius in my hand because that's how I keep myself energized throughout the day. Again, I'm super busy. I have 3 kids, 4 dogs, a full-time job, a business that I run, and I also assist my husband in his business. So I have my plate full. That is first brand cola that I would love, Celsius. And number 2, which is obviously something that I am not yet pregnant, but obviously that will be any baby brand out there. But that will be another topic for another day because I'm not pregnant and we are still deciding whether or not we will continue on that IVF journey. And to wrap off the video, because I feel like it has been a little bit overextended, I'm going to reply to one last question, and that is this came from my best friend. She knew, she was the only person that knew that I was going through IVF, and she said, "Hey, love, how are you feeling after your IVF cycle? I know it must be tough, but we all gotta pull through." And the answer to that is, it has been rough. It has been extremely difficult. It was something that I was not expecting in my life. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to affect me that much. As somebody who already has kids, I never really thought that. One second. Never really thought that just going through a cycle of IVF was going to put such a dent in me. And it definitely took a toll in my person and the way that I look at life, because it was just a lot to manage. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. I appreciate all of you guys for the many questions and the love. And I will see you guys on the next one. So you already